Happy day, friends! It is so rainy and chilly outside today. We had big plans to kind of go out and actually have a day out of our house. We wanted to drive up to the mountains and play on one of the playgrounds out there. It's pretty secluded, not very busy ever, so we thought it was a good place to go. But with it being so rainy and up in the mountains, I think it's supposed to hail. But I don't know, plans kind of went out the window, and we considered going to IKEA, but they're closed as well today because we do need to get another dresser or something for either Micah's room, swap it out, or something new for Paige's room. We're not gonna watch this show right now. You just watched Daniel Tiger while we got ready. You did a good job. Do you see yourself on there? Show them your pink puff balls. Look, she got all of her pink puff balls out. She picked all the pink ones out, which is something she's never really done before. She's just kind of moved them around and sorted them in random ways from what it seems like. So she grabbed all of her pink ones out. They match your dress. They match your fox dress. Thank you. Can you say pink? Pink. Yeah, good job. We're working on colors. Colors are something we really haven't gotten the hang of yet. She does really good with repeating and recognizing some letters, same as numbers. She does really good counting 1 to 10 with a little help at 4. She goes from 3 to 5 and then back to 3. Colors are a tricky one for her, and we really haven't worked on them very much, so don't blame her. And Miss Paige is sleeping. She's napping a little bit. She had a rough morning. I'm still trying to decide if dairy bugs her. We're giving it another test run. I'm starting to implement it, and I don't know if it's coincidence or if really it is a dairy issue for her, but we're trying to figure it out. So she's finally sleeping. I think I'm gonna try to feed her one more time before we leave. That way we just get a solid chunk of time before we have to pull over and I have to feed her again. Decided, okay, we'll go get some food. We were gonna attempt dining in somewhere, but everywhere we went was really crowded, and I honestly just wasn't comfortable with it yet. It would be different if we didn't have a newborn, but with Paige and like the uncertainty still, I wasn't comfortable with it. So we went Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. And I think it's gonna be delicious, but we will see. Got Micah some tots. She gets to try some tater tots for the first time. This place feels so like dismal right now. Like we're sitting on these cold benches. Yeah. Nobody is playing. It's rainy. Here, get the food out. Well, here's some tots. They're like circle French fries. See what you think. I think she likes them, Dad.
Of course she does.
Where did your bow go? Did she have a bow? Did it fall off in the car?
Yeah.
You need to stop tearing out your bows. I promise you guys, we do try to keep hair out of her face. Are you done eating? I think you're done. And is there a slide over there? Is that a slide? I don't know if we can go play because it's so wet. But she spit out her tot and she tried to put it in her little pocket. Trying to be like Napoleon. Napoleon Dynamite. Maybe one day you can watch that movie with Papa Ron. It's one of his favorites.
Try and save some tots for later.
Girl, it's freezing out here. How are you enjoying this?
I don't know, man.
I am like...
I think kids are impervious to cold.
They are, for real. I am in a jacket and my leggings, which I didn't think I'd be busting out for like 3 or 4 months. And she is just fine. Walking around in the wet grass, having fun. I don't get it. I am freezing right now. You're nice and warm. There's lots of heat radiating from you. Sweet girl. Aw, so peaceful. She found some leaves. Dad's carrying her leaves. And I'm gonna surprise Micah with some more leaves because I think she's coming to surprise me with some. That hair is getting so long and thick. What are we gonna do about her hair?
I don't know.
Maybe a haircut soon.
Maybe.
Because she doesn't keep her bows in.
If we cut it, it's just gonna take longer to grow out.
Well, yeah, but she doesn't let it stay out of her eyes. Like, she doesn't even try to move it.
It doesn't bother her. It only bothers us.
Micah.
Here, you gonna give these to Mom?
Look what I got for you.
Oh. Hey, Micah.
It's gonna be wet.
It's gonna be real wet.
You're not gonna like it.
All right, we're gonna learn about wet.
Micah, I didn't even get to give you my leaves. I got you some leaves. She doesn't care. My girl doesn't care anymore. Getting out of the house has been really enjoyable. Even if it does just involve drive-through and park. Dad jumped. What do you say we make today a movie day, Micah?
You want to go home and make a fort?
Oh, that's a great idea.
We could go home, make a fort.
Yeah. Cold rainy days are always good they always just make me want to watch movies, and I'm not really a movie person, so making a fort in the living room and turning on a show sounds like a great idea.
Hello, cutie.
Milky drunky.
You little drunk girl.
Milky drunky.
Milky drunk.
It's funny, Paige is much more sensitive to everything, it seems, even like eating. She takes a lot longer, and she has to be burped after. Micah was like, pat, pat, pat. Okay, you're good. She takes a long time. Oh, pout. What's that little pout for? You're doing really good holding your head up lately. Or are you too sleepy?
Yeah.
She's been doing so good at holding
She
her
might
head
be too
up.
sleepy.
I think you're too milk drunky. Her smushy face. I love it. You're my little smush.
My
Your
squish.
That's what you call her?
My little
her
special squish.
Your dad's little special squish, and you're my little smush.
Smushy squish.
We were considering letting Micah forego her nap time today to do a fort and watch a movie, but she quickly put us in our place and made us realize why she needs a nap.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
She ruined that fun. She immediately.
She was like, "You think I don't need a nap? I'll show you."
she started crying in the car and just being super.
She was just tired, hungry and tired.
She was hangry
That'll
and
do it.
tired. That was all that needed to happen.
She didn't eat too many of her tots.
Yeah.
She just tried to stash them for later. Okay, let's finish feeding you, and then I'll talk to you guys about the differences between the recovery, because I've been saying that I'm going to do that for a long time, and I know there's people waiting for that video. And since we don't really have anything to do today.
And it is a drastic change. Like, it is a big time difference.
Night and day difference between the first and second recovery. So different. I took notes because I know I'll forget something if I don't, but also I probably forgot things anyways, just because Micah's was almost 2 years ago. I just forget things all the time now. So anyways, here we go. Recoveries with both of my pregnancy, drastically different. I can't explain. I'm going to try my best to explain how drastically different they were. Both of my deliveries were induced during the 39-week point. I had Pitocin. I had an epidural both times. Pretty much leading up to the epidural was very, very, very similar. But once I got that epidural, things just kind of split paths and just went in totally different ways, starting with the epidural. And maybe that has something to do with the overall recovery. So with Micah, my first daughter, I got my epidural. The actual process of getting that was really smooth. He did a great job as far as I know. I didn't have one before, but the epidural kicked in very fast and very, very hard. I got totally numb. Absolutely, totally couldn't feel a dang thing numb. And my epidural did not ease off until at least 10 hours afterwards. When you get an epidural, they make you pee. I want to say 6 or 7 hours afterwards. You have to try to use the bathroom. I was too numb to even move my legs at that point still. There was no way I was going to be able to walk to the bathroom. So they had to put a catheter in me to drain out my bladder, and I still did not feel a dang thing from the catheter. And the second time around with Paige, the epidural process was still pretty smooth. There's so many different variables that could have happened to make this one different. Right after I got it, they laid me on one side, and it started to kick in a little bit. I could just feel like a little bit of tingly feeling. And so the nurse clicked that button for me to get a little bit more pumping through my system, and still I was feeling a lot more than I wanted to. I was feeling contractions all the way up to, I want to say, 7 centimeters dilated. I don't remember if it was before that or once that happened, when the nurse said, okay, I'm going to call the anesthesiologist and get him in because you need more. It's not kicking in and you need more. After he gave me that extra amount of medicine, my face on my left side started to go numb. I started getting a droopy eye. My face just was getting really numb, which was a little bit concerning, but it does happen in a small percentage of people. So I was just one of those lucky few. And then I clicked the button 3 extra times before I actually pushed. And I think I felt, in my personal opinion, that I was at the perfect amount. It still took a while for the pain of the contractions to go away, but I was at the point where I wasn't feeling the pain, but I felt the pressure of Paige as she was making her way out. I felt, before I started pushing, before she started crowning, I was feeling that pressure that I didn't know existed because I was so numb with Micah, but I felt that pressure, and I felt like I knew when I was ready to go, and I did. I knew, like I told the nurse, hey, like I'm feeling a lot of pressure, can you check me? And she did. She said, yep, baby's ready, let's get this going. And then afterwards, my epidural gradually started to fade off, and by the time the 6-hour mark came, they told me, okay, it's time to get up, you need to use the bathroom. I could walk, I could do it on my own. I was so happy to have had that experience this time. It was so much more enjoyable. With both of my pregnancies, I tore about the same amount, so they were comparable as far as that goes. And with Micah, while I was in the hospital the first 2 days, I felt like I was gradually getting better. But it was still very painful and uncomfortable for me to get up and down, to sit on my stitches, to really do much of anything. I really didn't know what was normal. It was my first pregnancy, but something was wrong. I still don't know what it was. But then once I got home, things started going downhill pretty quickly. And by the 5th day after, and I know this because it was Austin's birthday, I was in bed all day. I was in too much pain to get up and sit back down, and I was pretty much bedridden. I remember because we had a birthday cake for Austin. His family came over, we did dinner and an ice cream cake, and I ate cake in bed by myself part of the time. It was kind of sad. To be honest, it was kind of emotional and sad for me to be sitting in bed 5 days after I'd given birth and not able to enjoy myself, not able to enjoy family, not able to even enjoy Micah. It was really emotional and hard to do.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just getting a little emotional thinking about it. It was a really hard time. It was really, really tough physically and emotionally. And honestly, I think it was a bit traumatic in a way. Physically, the pain that I felt and just the emotions that it put on me, it was a little bit traumatic.
It's okay.
I know.
You can tell she's having a hard time remembering all these feelings.
Oh, it's like bringing back waves of emotion. And I want to say it probably took like close to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. I don't really remember for me to really start feeling like I was making improvements with anything. Somebody, I think in my neighborhood, gave birth after me, and they were out walking around the neighborhood, and I would just look out the window at them and think like, why can you do that and I'm not able to even like move? Like, why is this happening? And I think part of it for me was the expectations that I had. I was very active throughout the pregnancy. I was very healthy. I had a very healthy pregnancy. And everybody told me, everything I read said that by the book, my recovery would be great. By the book, I would recover no problem. I'd be back to normal, no problem. And I think mentally that was hard to accept and hard to deal with because I just didn't know why my recovery was so tough. But with my second pregnancy with Paige, as soon as that epidural started wearing off, I was just consistently going up. You know, I'd have little dips here and there, little bad days, but consistently, I was just getting better and better, and I was moving more, and I was to the point some days where I felt so good that I overdid it, and the next day would be tough for me because I overdid it. But it was just such a different experience, such a wonderful experience this time around. 2 other things with the initial recovery. With Micah, I did not have good control over my digestive system and my bowel movements. We're just going to put it out there. The first poop after pregnancy is really, really scary. It was almost a week before I could use the bathroom. And with Paige, it was not even 2 days. I think that had a lot to do with the pain I was feeling with Micah. It was putting a lot of pressure on my stitches, and it was pretty unbearable. This time around, I knew better. I was on top of any laxatives or anything I needed to take to make sure that things went smoothly. And so I think that made a really, really big difference. I knew my body better. I knew what I could handle. I knew what I needed in order to make that first poop happen. My stitches with Micah did not fall out until 2 days before my 6-week appointment. During that whole entire time, I could feel them. They were poking me. They were scratching me inside. It was very, very uncomfortable. Most of the time, stitches should fall out 7 to 10 days afterwards. They should dissolve and fall out and not be an issue. But mine, for whatever reason, didn't. And this time around, it's a month after. Right now, it's a month after giving birth, and I don't feel them at all. They don't seem to be giving me any problems. I have no idea if they've fallen out or dissolved or anything, but they're not giving me any issues. That in itself, like literally being able to sit with my legs spread open, is incredible to me. I felt like I couldn't even open my legs last time with Micah. It was just too much. It's really weird having those thoughts, thinking that I'm damaging myself, because that's how it was with Micah. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain the mental torment that it gave me. The other thing that I think maybe helped initially was with Micah. I stayed really on top of the products that I was using, the Dermaplast, the Tux, the creams, and whatever people suggest you use after birth. I don't know if I just thought that you were supposed to use them like as much as you could or whatever, but I used too much of them and I gave myself diaper rash. This time around, I knew better. I started easing off of the products as soon as I could, really. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I was feeling really good this time around. Just really, really good. And so there's like all the physical stuff with my recovery, at least up till this point. And then mentally, they were very different as well. And I think with Micah, I definitely had the baby blues. I can't say that I had postpartum depression. I don't really know. I don't really remember, to be honest. It was all kind of a blur. Really just feeling down about the whole thing. I felt like I couldn't really bond with Micah for the first 2 weeks. I felt like I couldn't really enjoy what a baby should, what I expected having a baby should feel like. So that was really tough. Also, I feel like my hormones this time around are a lot more balanced for whatever reason. I've been crying a whole lot less. I've been just emotionally feeling more stable. I still cry here and there, like all the time. When I get tired, when I get hungry, like I still cry, but it just doesn't feel like it's as drastic. I feel like it's more like this, with more like high peaks than low peaks, and it's just totally a different experience for me mentally as well. I don't even feel like I had baby blues this time. I really was feeling so good, and maybe it was the contrast between my horrible first experience that I was just feeling like I was on cloud nine this time. It's just really, really great. I'm just so happy that my recovery has been better. And my anxiety. So at least for me, I was very anxious. Any noise that I heard, I was like, oh my gosh, is she okay? What is that? This time around, I'm definitely more down to earth, I think, and a lot less anxious about Paige. It doesn't mean I care any less, but I'm just used to those little noises. I've done this already, and things are different, obviously different baby, different situation, but I'm just more comfortable being a mom, and I'm more comfortable knowing how to generally take care of a baby. It's allowed me to get more sleep. It's allowed me to just enjoy the moment more and not stress as much about any little thing that she's doing. Is there anything I'm forgetting, babe, or anything you want to chime in on?
Recovery. We're on to it. We're getting our bodies back. Jess has launched her, reignited.
I've reignited.
Jess has reignited her fitness Instagram.
I have a fitness Instagram that hasn't really been active since shortly after Micah.
Battle Pants Jess.
Battle Pants Jess. It's in the description. I'm feeling so good this recovery that I'm so eager to start working out and moving my body again. Fitness has always been a passion of mine, so I'm just really eager to get back on that train and just move my body. And then Holly and I just filmed a video recently for Ladies and Lattes where she's never been pregnant before. She asked me a bunch of questions about pregnancy and postpartum. It goes into a little bit more detail, maybe a little bit more nitty-gritty, like raw questions that I don't want to cover on a family vlog channel.
Definitely not the familiest.
It's
video.
still family friendly, I'd say, but it just goes into maybe some more graphic concerns and questions. So if you're interested in that, that will be posting soon on Ladies and Lattes.
Building a fort in our living room because it's an overcast day and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I woke up at 5 and then couldn't really get any much more sleep beyond that, but I'm just like exhausted.
You're ready to watch a show. Micah's ready to watch a show in your big girl fort. Is that pretty cool? Mom did what she could. Without some blueprints, this is what we came up with. Not the best, but it works.
Pretty great to me.
Pretty good for watching movies. Prime seating. You act like it's your dinner time. Yeah, I'm really hungry, but it's not even 5 o'clock yet. Well, I'm really hungry.
I think I got the best seat in the house. Just saying, I got a little cuddle.
Well, then I am gonna cuddle in here with you. Cuddle time? Show time? Do you want to watch a movie about a frog and a princess?
Can you say frog, Micah?
Oh, I think her thumb is... Is your thumb okay?
Her thumb popped out of socket again?
Let me see your... Bend your thumb. You okay? How do you fix it, babe?
Pull it out.
Oh my gosh, honey, I'm freaking out. You need to do this.
Okay, bring it here.
Come here, see Dad. Oh my gosh.
Pull it like you're gonna pop her thumb. Just straight
Is it gonna hurt her?
No.
You just did the noise. Okay, fix your thumb.
Her ligaments are so loose right now that they'll just pop out of place.
I can't do it. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt
She did it
her.
herself earlier. Come on.
Let me see your thumb, Micah. Is your thumb hurting? Let me see your thumb. Are you hiding it? Why are you hiding it? It's okay. You're not in trouble. Where's your hand? Oh, there it is. Let me see your thumb. Can't tell if it's out of place or not. It was, Austin said it was earlier and he popped it back into place and she's acting like there's something up. She seriously popped it back in place earlier?
Yeah.
Another time?
Yeah.
It's happened 2 times?
No, it popped out and she popped it back in.
Oh, I thought you popped it back in earlier.
She popped it back in before I could do anything.
I've never had a joint do that, so I don't know what... Is this popping it out of a joint?
I would imagine so.
Is that what that is? If that's the case, it's not painful at all.
Yeah,
I've been doing that for
it shouldn't be
years.
Painful.
Show, we'll watch a show. I really just want to look at your thumb first. Can I see? Can I see? Is it okay? Oh, it's good? Okay. Alright, I just did what I was told to do and it seemed fine.
Show.
Yeah, let's watch a show. Let's maybe have a distraction so that I can look at your thumb. What are we gonna watch? Princess and the Frog. Yeah? What's a frog do? Ribbit, ribbit, that's right. I think we're just gonna call it a day. I don't think we're gonna be doing a whole lot anymore. Your bow fell out. You better put it back in. But I don't think we're gonna do anything else today, guys. I think it's just one of those days. So we're gonna enjoy some cuddles with our girls and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.
Bye, bye.
Bye-bye.
What happened here?
Mom's fart was not structurally sound.
Uh-oh. What happened? Are you okay? You're fine? You just want me to fix it so we can watch a show? Should I fix it?
Show.
Alright, okay. I'll fix it so we can watch it, okay?
Ah, big fail. Sorry, Micah.